Welcome to our latest political cadence for 11/15/2025. Of course, we have my better half, Lisa, Aaron, a frequent flyer from California, and Will, who's
Today, just call me
first class
Gene
citizen.
He's
Shaheen,
also from
please. Gene
California.
Shaheen.
Gene Shaheen.
Gene Shaheen.
I like that. Had a big disco hit back in the 70s, right?
That's right. Gene Shaheen and the Disco Machine.
Yeah, with Mean Machine, or with Mean Gene, the dancing
Music
machine.
machine.
Yeah.
So
With special guest Mean Gene.
So,
Dancing
needless to
with
say, a
me.
lot has happened since our last meeting 2 weeks ago. Starting off, I guess, with the elections, and the elections that took place on November 4th.
Trend, not just the fact that a lot of Democrats won, but Prop 50 passed.
Right.
So you can
Giddy up.
see who's really celebrating that.
Right. And that was the day after that happened. That was like, oh my God, it's a blue wave. You know, this is going to carry through to the midterms. This is a commentary on Trump. You know, what do they call that? A referendum on Trump. That this is really the American people that's beginning to fight back, and there was a sense of hope and optimism. Yeah. Zorhan Mamdani won the mayor of New York race against Cuomo, who was endorsed by
and Sliwa. See, two states elected Democratic governors.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, I think Proposition 50 was really the one that was most celebrated at the time, because it not to diminish Mamdani, that was huge. You know, biggest city in the country, I think. Maybe LA is, I don't know, but still.
No, it's
yeah.
And then everybody else.
Right. And you had the administration that actually backed him. But Proposition 50 was a means by which we realized there's a way to fight back against the redistricting that's taking place in Texas and some southern states.
It's looking like Indiana doesn't have the votes to do their redistricting that Trump asked for.
Okay.
Yay.
So we really started to see things start to transition. Like there was, you know, the regime was starting to really crumble a little bit. And it lasted for a few days up November 4th through the weekend. And then something started to break on last Sunday. And it started, rumors started coming out that the Democrats were preparing to break, 8 Democrats. I didn't know if it was 8 at the time, but, a number of Democrats were going to break ranks.
I'm pretty sure it was 8 from the very beginning.
Yep.
There's a lot of rumors about what happened. There's, a lot of people think maybe Chuck Schumer wanted this to happen, but he didn't want to have egg on his face by being one of the 8.
This way the Democrats the Republicans are getting blamed for the shutdown, and now the Democrats ended the shutdown.
And the thing is, they got really nothing out of it. The line in the sand was the ADA or SNAP benefits.
ACA,
SNAP benefits that Trump is fixated, is absolutely determined of depriving of needy people, children.
Yeah, they got a promise to vote on it in mid-December, and when that doesn't happen in January, when the government funding runs out again, we're going to have another shutdown.
Right.
All they did was basically kick the can down the road.
Yeah, they kicked the can for 2 months, and why not? I say we. I'm not actually.
Well,
Democrat.
get through Christmas.
The Democrats come out looking pretty good, I think.
You think they look good?
Yeah, overall.
It stings that they didn't get the ACA, but they weren't going to.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting, Aaron.
Especially with the fact with the ACA, I mean, Republicans have no intention of any kind of vote or discussion or anything.
And that's
They
that's
just
all
want to
been out
end it
there in the
like that.
news. We're not going to negotiate. We're not going to negotiate. Okay, we're
Mhm.
back now. Negotiate, motherfucker. And when you
Yeah.
don't, bye. We go
Mhm.
again.
Yeah, why should they? They got what they wanted.
That's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of consternation. There's a lot of anger
Yeah.
over, and they tried to. I've heard the
People are
theory
angry,
that
but if you step back, you be all Will Cooper about it.
right, if you
It's-
take more of Will's position, I guess.
it's really not a bad look.
Well, I guess this way you have the airports will be
And the airport's
operational
going to
for
be open
Thanksgiving.
for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And but
Not to
national.
mention SNAP benefits when Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
If they get those in time.
if they get them, yeah. But it's a familiar refrain though to some people, and they don't like. It's uncomfortable to people that have seen the Democrats basically cave, so many times in the past and lockouts. Like Trump had one in his first administration. It was almost as long as this one.
Yep, 34 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was a big
I think
deal when there was a shutdown in the Reagan administration for 3 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think that were the Republicans content to let this go? I mean, they were starting to get to feel some heat, though. I mean, they were starting. I mean, is it possible they may have made more concessions if they held on just for a few more days? Or
They're not winning anything politically by keeping it shut down.
Yeah.
Especially with the
Nobody
fact that
is.
Johnson was complaining about, oh, we've been working so hard. Dude, you've been out for 3 months. How
What
are
have you been working on? You weren't even here.
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, Schumer doesn't look very good.
Well, I know.
He's doomed, I think. Have you ever heard him talk about the Baileys? His friends, this couple, the Baileys. He has a million stories about the Baileys, and it turns out they don't exist.
Really?
Yeah, there's a great John Oliver episode about it. Do you have HBO Max?
Yes.
I'll let you know the episode after.
Okay, we'll have to check that out. I'm not a big fan of Amy Schumer, but whatever. But so the byproduct of this of finally resolving the shutdown, of course, there were a number of things that we've been told all along were contingent on the shutdown ending, and one of them was the swearing in of Adelita Grijalva from Arizona, the new congresswoman, taking the seat of her father, actually. And Mike Johnson, he had been playing hard to get for the whole time the shutdown was going. He was like, it's not. There's no precedent for us to swear her in now. When there was, he had done it already for Republicans. I mean, it was just a big shit show. Anybody could see that they were stonewalling Grijalva. She filed a lawsuit.
It was all political, basically.
Right. She filed a lawsuit against Johnson because the thing was she had already stated that she was going to vote in favor of the
Epstein files,
of releasing the Epstein files through what they call it. It was like a special mandate or something, or
by a congressional mandate.
Yeah, but she was going to be the definitive vote on that, and
the thing too, guys, keep in mind with the release of the emails from before the government was reopened, that now is basically forcing the Republicans' hand.
Yes, that was the that was the emails. So let the Grijalva vote. That was the main thing. I
Discharge
think
petition is the phrase.
discharge petition. Right.
Yeah.
But the Democrats decided to hit it a little bit harder. The day of the opening of the government by introducing 3 or 4 emails that had never been seen before that directly contradicted some of the things that had been stated by the president, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Epstein, correspondences with Jeffrey Epstein and the author Michael Wolff, who had been penning a book with him at the time. And when those came out, it was kind of explosive. People thought, this was going to be the day, that the whole edifice would start to crumble and Trump would begin the beginning of the end, right? But the Republicans responded by releasing 20,000 more documents from the Epstein files that they've been sitting on. No doubt heavily redacted, and it turns out there was some stuff in those as well.
Yeah,
but
the few the Democrats released were the sensational ones.
Yeah.
I mean, they were point blank.
Yeah.
Right. And if I'd prepared correctly, I would put up some video of what those exact quotes were.
But we didn't.
I know one was Epstein calling Trump the worst of the worst.
Right.
Not many words.
Right.
There was a victim, an Epstein victim that had been redacted out of the email. People speculate on who that was, but Epstein mentioned that Trump had spent, 13 hours with her on Epstein Island, I guess, back in the early 2000s.
Right.
Which directly contradicts. Didn't Trump say point blank he'd never even been there before at all?
Yeah.
Yep. And keep in mind now, Trump is directing the DOJ to
I've got the Michael Wolff email in front of me now.
That are on the list.
Okay.
I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. Or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt.
Right.
Okay.
And these things are damning, a little bit sensitive for Michael Wolff. He's starting to get some heat on the fact that
now.
Right, because he was advising, pretty much consulting Epstein on how to approach this evidence. Which, I don't give a shit if Michael Wolff goes down, but I do appreciate his investigative work. I'm not saying that, but I think the attitude that people have is they don't care who gets ensnared in this. They just want the truth to come out, right?
Yep.
They don't care for Bill Clinton.
Yeah, take down Bill. I'm sorry, take him down. If he's been stripping kids, take him down. Sorry, Will, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like I've been saying, I don't give a damn if it's a Republican, Democrat, or otherwise. If they're on the list, expose them.
Right.
Billionaires, Christian fundamentalists, foreign princes, take their butts off. That's who needs to be canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys feel like there's enough in those emails already? I mean, because when you think about Joe Paterno, for instance, who had his situation at Penn State, where his assistant coach was molesting football players, and really Joe Paterno's
and soccer and tennis.
His crime was to not report,
or not tennis,
to ignore what was going on. Has Trump done enough already to really merit charges from what we've seen from these emails?
I think so. Because why else would Trump go out of his way to direct the DOJ to go after Democrats to deflect the fact that he's on the list?
Him among other Republicans and Christian fundamentalists and campaign donors.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who?
Lost Aaron for a second. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think that yes, under normal circumstances, so much pressure and negativity would be showered on a president that he would almost have to remove himself, like Nixon did, for instance. But I don't know if enough has come out yet to actually, what do you guys? What do you think, Aaron?
It's going to be up to Congress whether or not to impeach him. I mean,
yeah,
that's what it's going to come down to. You
need, so probably
need 2/3. You need.
Yep. And me personally,
but that might not happen after the midterms. They might have that.
Right. We'll see.
Me personally, with these emails coming out, it's basically the beginning crack in the dam.
Yeah. There's definitely been a shift, I think. There's definitely, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see Marjorie Taylor Greene, and what was the other Congresswoman's name? Nancy Mace.
Nancy Mace and Lauren Boebert. Surprise.
Right. And they brought Boebert into the Situation Room where normally they gather to talk about war strategy and, very sensitive issues, and put pressure on her apparently to try to take her signature off of the petition, which to her credit, she did not do, So he's finding that there are limits to his power, some limits to his power all of a sudden. He was at a loss for words the other day when he was at a press conference, and Trump had to brush past some reporters who were trying to ask him about Epstein. You never see that before. He loves the camera. He loves to be on camera all the time. And so,
excuse me a moment, guys.
All right. I think Aaron's locked up. I'm going to pause it for a second.
I'm here.
Smith caught it.
So I feel like another big story that's kind of wondering. Trump looks bad after this. He was at a loss for words. I can talk about what is going to be the big story that he's going to that the administration is going to bring up to try to deflect from the Epstein noise. And
it's already started with the fact that he's ordered the DOJ to start investigating banks and Democrats.
Right.
So it's already started.
Yeah.
It's projection, right? I mean, there's so much that he does. Well, there's so much that he does that he seems to do that he accuses other people of doing. It's like whenever he has a vendetta against someone, it's usually for something.
He must have mortgage fraud out the ass, because that's what he's been accusing everybody of.
Right.
Oh, he does.
Bishop James being one of them.
Schwallenbeck's a new one.
Wasn't he actually convicted on mortgage fraud? Wasn't that one of his 34 convictions?
Yeah.
Well,
because he inflated the value of Mar-a-Lago.
Over his career, I bet Trump spends so much time in court over the course of his, in a single year. It's probably ridiculous. He's been doing this his whole life. That's his whole modus operandi,
Yeah, they his company, he was in charge of a development here in Cincinnati, and it was not okay.
Right. Do you remember that little village down by Cincinnati Garden?
Yeah.
Aaron or Will, you guys remember that? Village? It was like an apartment complex. It was like a colonial style, but it wasn't colonial village. But it was.
It's closer to Drake.
By Swifton Commons too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was owned by Fred Trump and Donald.
And Donald Trump was managing it.
Right. It's kind of rundown mess now.
Shithole.
Yeah. It was a shithole then. It's even more of one now.
Right. But so he's done
dead bodies being found at the Drake Motel back in the day.
Yeah.
You mean on Reading?
I was thinking Drake Hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
On by it was Colonial Williamsburg, right
yeah, I've
across
been
from
gone
Drake
so long. I
Hospital.
forget. You said Drake. That's the first thing that popped into my head.
Well, a lot of those old hotels up and down Reading have been demolished,
Gone,
but it's still like if
Drake
you drive there in the
Hospital's
morning.
not as bad as the Drake Motel.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If you drive there in the morning,
The Drake Motel is gone.
there are a lot of ladies of the evening have not gone to bed yet when you go to work. You drive down Reading Road.
It's for third shift people. They're ladies of the morning by then.
Ladies of the morning, right? But anyway, so yeah, I think that's one. Obviously, he's projecting. He's like, I'm going to ensnare Bill Clinton. I'm going to get all these other, as long as they're Democrat, of course. He cherry picks who he prosecutes.
Well, not only that, guys, but I mean, you're talking about a president that has a better percentage of favoritism than Trump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Clinton was a phenomenon. He was like, he could do no wrong. I mean, people.
Yeah. I mean, Trump sucked his dick, right? Isn't that the latest?
Right. That's the other rumor that's going around out there. Epstein did say that in one of his emails. He implied that.
I think his brother did. Yeah.
Yeah. Called him Bubba. That was Clinton's nickname, Bubba, right?
Yeah.
So.
Something about Donnie blowing Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba Shrimp, Bubba Grump Shrimp.
He was Bubba since he was a kid, I think.
But that's got to get his goat. I mean, man, that's something that really has to get under his skin. That particular.
Oh, believe me, it does. It does. Any kind of.
I don't know if it gets under his skin, but it's probably all over the outside of his skin.
Bleh.
Aaron.
Yeah, but with Trump, anytime he's either criticized, becomes a punchline for someone, or is looked at in a less than favorable light, oh, believe me, it gets in his craw.
Yeah. Right. Well, the whole reason he even ran, he was at this presidential dinner. It was a roast. They used to do this roast every year, where the president would get up there and he would, throw his weight around and, tell jokes.
The correspondence dinner? Is that what
you're talking about? Correspondence dinner. And one year Obama got up there and, he's really good with an audience and he was telling some jokes and he took some jabs at Trump, who happened to be in attendance. And
those were pot shots.
Right. Haymakers, I guess. But, as it turns out, Trump was sitting there just seething because the whole idea of the skit was that he was not viable. He's not presidential material, and that a lot of people believe that's the main crux of the reason why he ran for president at all, So he's very sensitive to that shit.
He ran in the 80s for a brief amount of time.
Well, at least
as
twice.
a Democrat.
People would constantly ask him. If you watch YouTubes and stuff at the time, like Oprah would ask him and everybody would ask him. But I think that's...
if he does run again, he's going to run as a Republican because those people believe anything.
Exactly. His constituents, or he doesn't like smart people don't like him. That's what he says.
He needs to get the Constitution changed so he can run for a third term. That way Obama can.
Yeah.
Right.
As well.
Well, that's something that happened. That's a big ass responsibility to put on a retired guy.
Take Trump down. He'll
be
president.
Show up.
He'll show up.
That's a job if you do it right. That's it turns your hair white every time.
Well, he knows how to do it.
They don't all go golfing every weekend. Yeah, some of them do have to take some time.
And now that Melania set the precedent that the first lady doesn't need to live in the same city as the president.
Well, I think it's really theoretical because it's impossible for either man to run. But
they tore down her quarters. So.
He
right now it's impossible.
I would think Obama probably doesn't want to be president, but he may have a sense of duty that that would motivate him to do it.
You said duty.
Yeah, right.
Michelle Obama.
Okay, so there's another.
Well, I would love for her to run, but she is completely not interested.
There's another. There's another thing that's on the horizon that people are taking notice of, and that's in Venezuela. Mm-hmm. The buildup there has been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I forget which battleship they parked out, on the coast of Venezuela recently. I think, and it's going along with all of these assaults on fishing boats that are taking place. These boats that they're blowing up don't even have enough gas to get to the United States. They're not even traveling towards the United States. They're survivors that confirm that they're fishermen and not drug runners. Whether they are drug runners or not, doesn't appear to be sufficient evidence to support
irrelevant.
The idea of just taking artillery and blowing them out of the water indiscriminately. So it very well could be that this could be the
due process there.
Right, no due process.
None.
But it's very possible that this could be the distraction that they choose to try to deflect from Epstein.
I mean, what's a better deflection than a war?
Right. And how he gets away with calling himself the anti-war president or the most anti-war president, while at the same time doing these types of things and human rights atrocities and concentration camps and launching assaults on
domestic cities.
It's hard to Gaza, in Gaza. It's hard to understand how he gets away with these declarations and claims and shit so openly defiant of the truth, and people still suck it up. I mean, I'm to the point now.
First week of his first term, they set the precedent with, that's alternative facts. Oh, that's fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, you've got the secretary.
Fake news is now in the lexicon for everybody, and I hate it.
Well, now that you got the press secretary basically calling everyone fake news or fake media, and keep in mind, guys, this has been the entire blueprint for Project 2025.
Yeah, the first term, he wouldn't share the spotlight with a press secretary is what it amounted to. He didn't want somebody else to be on TV when he could.
Yeah.
This time around, I think Project 2025 has him following somebody's
agenda.
Yeah, instructions.
Yeah, there's definitely somebody behind the curtain pulling the strings.
He just signs.
There's a good podcast.
Yeah.
Here's something we didn't mention as a potential for the fuck ups of the fortnight, if it was indeed this fortnight, was he pardoned somebody that was basically a terrorist, was questioned about it, and he didn't know who he was.
Right. Didn't he say, I pardon a lot of people? You have to be more specific or something?
Yeah, some people tell me to pardon people, and I just do.
Right.
Yeah. So which is worse in your opinion?
He called out Biden before for saying that he doesn't know who he pardoned.
Or either doing what they tell you to do or using an auto pen.
Well, you hosted a Al Qaeda terrorist at the White House recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, I'm just to the point. It's hard to
be objective.
It's hard to be around people that no matter if they're being cordial, intelligent, thoughtful, humorous. If you know that they voted for this or that they support this, it is hard to communicate with people like that at this point.
Yeah. Well, if they did vote for that, they're generally not intelligent and thoughtful.
And not only that, but there's no empathy for them whatsoever.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, again, no sympathy for the devil.
I hate to say that because so many people. I mean, and like my Facebook, I don't
somehow try to separate politics from their morals. I guess I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I don't have any. Like everybody, whenever I do a political post,
when it comes to abortion, it's another story.
Right.
Yeah.
It just makes you wonder what the hell is going on a widespread basis that it captures 30% of the country. They're not all getting fat. They're not all getting fat off of the administration. They're not all making.
They're voting against their own food stamps.
So but the impression you get is that there's some secret that white people basically are taking advantage of by putting Republicans in office. It's not just the inner circle of the White House, but there's people like
MAGA.
Like people that live in fucking mansions and you don't even know what they do. It's like they're hustlers. It's like, I do a little real estate, I do a little consulting work on the side, or I do a little bit of this, and I got a fucking 6-bedroom mansion, and
yeah, you know where.
Yeah. So
out in Westchester, or
it's like
Westchester and Milford are like the slightly ritzier places. I mean, Kenwood, yes, and Indian Hills, of course. Indian Hill isn't as predominant as it used to be.
Not exactly.
A lot of the Indian Hill money has moved out to Westchester.
I don't know. Indian Hill is still pretty damn nice.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not.
Seems to me all the athletes used to go to Northern Kentucky
or Indian Hill.
Marvin Lewis lived in Indian Hill. Carson Palmer did. But anyway, you just get in the back of your mind. You're like, what kind of secret, what kind of dirty shit is going on that so many people may be benefiting from Republican politics?
Basically,
tax breaks.
It's really just affecting billionaires. So.
Yeah, because basically it's the same thing that the president's doing, grifting.
Yeah.
No, another fuck up of the fortnight we didn't bring up, the 50-year mortgage.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It adds something like if you buy a $400,000 home, it adds like
$493,000 in interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is money that the billionaire, that the bank gets up front, and you're stuck with, that mortgage for the next however long.
Banks sell those mortgages
for the rest of your life.
You can buy debt.
Right. They sold ours within weeks after we closed on this one. But
and actually, ours was bought before we closed on this one.
Thank you, God, I have no mortgage.
Here's something to keep in mind about that. The reason why the banks are able to get away with that is with the repealment of the Glass-Steagall Act, which was thanks to Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Yeah, the Glass-Steagall Act was protecting us from,
The Clintons were Reagan's in Democratic clothing, kind of.
Right.
Yeah, but keep in mind, guys, Hillary, at the time that Glass-Steagall was repealed, she had links with Goldman Sachs.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more.
And that's why she got her husband to repeal the Glass-Steagall Act.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Hillary's shady.
Well, there's Vince Foster.
Nothing like Trump. I think if Hillary would have won, we'd have been at war pretty quickly. She was a war hawk too.
Right. Well, that's true.
We'd have been better off anyway.
Yeah, we'd be better off with a pet rock, I believe.
Yeah.
It's like, really, somebody that would do nothing would be better than someone that's proactively disrupting people's lives and
tearing apart the government.
Yeah.
With a chainsaw.
Bless you.
Right. It's. I don't know. We get here together every 2 weeks, and it sounds like we just complain about everything, but
Well,
Yeah,
that's why we're getting together.
I think that's what we do is
We
vent.
complain about everything.
This is our pressure valve here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but it's also to
if you didn't have this, you'd have another 2 weeks of.
Well, it's also to try to open people's eyes to what's really going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not.
You got people walking around with eyes wide shut.
Yeah, but MAGA people aren't watching this.
But so what if not those two things, what do you guys predict he'll do to, like, if as the heat continues to get turned up, and I think it will on Epstein, what's he going to do? What's the blowback going to be?
I think he's going to fold eventually because the pressure is going to be so great that where he can't deflect it anymore, he can't deny it anymore. And if Congress does vote in favor of releasing the Epstein files, he's screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it has to go to
Senate. I don't think he steps down, though. He won't quit. I think he dies in office.
Well, I mean, everything that he does seems to he will not. You can say he will not quit. That's true. He will not. He's relentless. He will not ever concede anything.
Could be a third impeachment after the midterms.
Yeah, it could be. But the impeachment, what kind? I mean, we saw Bill Clinton impeached. We saw Trump impeached. How many times? 2 or 3 times.
Twice. Yeah, the only one to be impeached twice.
Yeah. So I mean, that's not going to necessarily force him out.
No. What it's going to take is for Congress to actually grow a pair and indict him.
Yeah. Well, that's
what it's going to take.
It's the Epstein files that seems to be the line for them. So this might be it.
Yeah.
Nothing else moved the needle like this.
Right. This has been the biggest threat.
Healthcare a little bit with Marjorie Taylor Greene and 1 or 2 other Republicans and independents, but
because if you notice, a lot of Republicans have been jumping ship when it comes to the Epstein files, because a lot of people now look at the Republican Party as a defender of pedophiles.
They're the cover-uppers, yeah.
Right.
Well, Johnson wants to rush this vote now.
And the biggest one just happens to be the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Right.
I think he's probably on the list.
Mike Johnson?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Gaetz is on the list.
Isn't he the one that he and his son have to tell each other if they look at porn?
Yes, they have to tell on each other.
Yeah.
But funny you mentioned Johnson. He wants to rush this vote on Epstein now. They're changing their strategy. They're thinking, let's get it under. Let's go ahead and get it over with. Let's go ahead and vote sooner rather than later. So it's probably going to come next week. But
and again, it's because of not only political pressure, but the pressure from the American people. Because one of Trump's campaign promises was to release the Epstein files.
Yeah. But I think we'll really find out what's going on because people are.
He kind of backed off on that one. He was wishy-washy. Will you do this? Will you release the JFK files? Will you release this? Will you release the Epstein files? Yeah, I think I would. Well, a lot of innocent people could be hurt.
Maybe,
but maybe I might. He really.
I don't think innocent people are going to be hurt. That's a moron.
Well, no, he thinks it's he was saying it's a Democrat hoax.
Exactly. But yet he wants Democrats investigated that are on the Epstein file list.
Yeah. I think I got cut off when I was making my comment earlier about Mike Johnson. Isn't he the one that whenever he or his son look at porn, they have to tell each other? They have some kind of weird little contract.
I've heard something about that. Yeah. He's a Christian nationalist. I saw like some kind of segment the other night, a clip from it where they had this really weird, I don't know, almost like a bar mitzvah for Christians or something. Like it was like a something for his daughter. it was some ceremony. It was really goofy, really weird, and it came across really weird in that. But he thinks by going
it was probably one of those virginity things,
like a rite of life or something. I don't know, something that you don't understand if you're not in some crazy cult. I guess
Dad basically marries his daughter's virginity.
But okay, here's the thing though. He thinks that they might cut to the chase and cut it off at the pass by doing it quickly, getting it all out there. But we're going to find out that like 50 or more Republicans, are on board with releasing them. That's going to put pressure because people are theorizing that a lot of Republicans are going to go across the aisle on the vote, and it'll be a much more resounding affirmative vote than you would think right now, because these Republicans are not incentivized but they're not going to be around after the fallout, or they don't want to be known as somebody that supported a pedophile in the future.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out if they do get like an overwhelming
they already
number,
have 218.
But let's say they get, I don't know, 50 or to 100 more Republicans.
That'd be lovely.
Then when it goes on to the Senate, then that puts more pressure on the Senate to vote in favor of it also. Because right now they could crush it. The Senate could stop it. They could ignore it, not vote on it. But if there's enough influence, then there'll be more pressure for them to vote on it. And then once it gets to Trump's desk, if that were to happen, if he won't sign it, that's an automatic. Whenever a bill gets to the president's desk,
well, this isn't a bill, right? It's just a discharge petition.
You're right, Aaron. Discharge petition.
So I don't think Trump has to sign it. It doesn't need a Trump signature.
Trump could outright veto it.
Well, I have heard it has to go across his desk, though.
I'll take a look, maybe.
Yeah. But by that time, if he refuses to sign it at that point, then that's really going to look bad for him. But anyway, as far as people that are asserting themselves as leaders amongst the Democrats or the opposition, I think Gavin Newsom's still doing a good job. I love see what Bernie's doing. There is who was the congressman we mentioned the last time that had the Totenkopf tattoo. I can't remember his name, but
Plattner or something like that.
Yeah, Plattner. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him, but he, at least as far as he is, speaking out against the regime and being vocally supportive, at least. But I still don't know if the person that would ever rise up to challenge for the next president, I don't know who that might be yet. I don't know.
AOC. I like her.
She's been coming up a lot in that conversation.
Yeah. I like Elizabeth Warren. I still think she's viable. Although she might be getting older. Who's the other one that I like? Oh, Crockett. Jasmine Crockett.
AOC.
Well, I heard her question about possibly running for Senate, and she was not committed to that, but nothing about the presidency.
Yeah, but you know what? In the same token, Newsom hasn't been exactly committed to anything yet.
Right.
I mean, there's rumors that
it's only 2025.
Right, playing coy.
And the midterms are coming up.
Yeah.
Well,
the election's 2028.
You guys want to do our fuck ups of the fortnight?
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see. Our first matchup here. We kind of threw this together real quick. How about the 77 pardons for January 6th insurrectionists?
He did them last year,
including Rudy Giuliani. Well, this is 77 more.
Okay.
Including Rudy Giuliani. Versus Ghislaine Maxwell having her testimony to the president's personal attorney contradicted in the Epstein emails about Trump being present in Epstein's island.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna go Epstein on this one.
Honestly, I'm going to go with the pardons because one of the people that were recently pardoned got arrested again for supposedly plotting to commit violence against prominent Democrats.
Yeah, but this is
okay.
He already did the big pardon, like mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Feels like an extension of that prior fuck up.
Okay, well, it's 1-1. What do you say, Lise?
So just to be clear, it's Ghislaine Maxwell. What about her?
She in her testimony, in which she was able to get a much more amenable prison to serve out the rest of her sentence. She had said that Trump she'd never seen Trump at Epstein Island.
Yes, I'm aware. But she didn't say that within the last 2 weeks. Within the last 2 weeks, we found out.
And an email from 2011
the emails contradicting her is within the last 2 weeks.
Okay. So, Ghislaine email. Okay. Thank you. That's enough.
So is that, was she deposed? Is that...
I'm
gonna
go with I'm gonna go with the pardons because thus far Ghislaine Maxwell there haven't been any repercussions from that yet.
Well, this is a cover.
So I'm gonna go with the pardons because I feel like that's gonna come up again.
Yeah, because
they're both cover up.
Well, pardon's not covering anything up. It's an exoneration.
Pretty much. She's basically
but this isn't.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're on Ghislaine, and Will and I are on pardons. Huh?
Man, I don't want to throw it to a tie because I hate doing rock paper.
Cover up or violent criminal.
But that's not a good reason not to go for a tie. I'm going to go for Ghislaine Maxwell because this is the Epstein files are absolute powder keg right now.
You guys want to do?
That's a weak spot in it.
How are we determining?
I don't know. How about you and Will doing rock, paper, scissors? Or you guys agreed though, right?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Then
no, I think
Lisa and Will agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you and Aaron doing rock, paper, scissors?
Will.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Who's doing it? Me and Will?
You and Will.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so scissors
Aaron
beats
and
paper.
scissors. Will. Okay. Yeah.
Nope. Actually, guys.
That's a rock.
Oh, that's a rock. Okay.
Yeah, we couldn't see your.
So it's a 77 pardons.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So a discharge petition does make it. It is a bill. It would be a bill. So I guess it would end up going across Trump's desk.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Ghislaine Maxwell was a deposition or just an interview either. So, but anyway,
it was an interview.
She's in that cushy prison based on what she said there,
right?
And obviously she was lying. So,
right.
How about this is controversial because Aaron's already said he doesn't know that was necessarily bad, but I'm going to say 8 congressmen who caved on the government shutdown and agreed to the Republican demands versus Trump keeps falling asleep. Lise, how about you first?
The
guy who coined the term Sleepy Joe keeps falling asleep.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that for now.
Trump falls asleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we know that the repercussions of the 8 betraying the situation, the 8 traitors, the traitorous 8.
Right.
Yeah, but
not the hateful 8, the traitors.
I'm going to go with Sleepy Trump.
Okay. How about you, Will?
I'm going to go with the 8 Democrats that broke rank because they were presenting themselves as so hell-bent on holding the line, not crossing it. We want this, we want that, and they turn around and bent the knee.
Yep.
Aaron, I think I know where you might stand, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go Trump falling asleep. I mean, this was the longest shutdown ever. They held out longer than they ever have before.
Right.
A little
Right.
credit there.
Right.
And
so I'm going to go.
If your whole persona is calling your opponent Sleepy Joe and you keep falling asleep, that's
2-1.
It's not a good look.
Right.
No.
Well, I'm gonna agree with Will that it was a cop out. I think it was a bad look. I think for morale reasons, I felt like it was damaging. You may very well be right, Aaron, that it's just going to all come back in January anyway, or December anyway. But
yep. And,
anyway,
and the main one, and keep in mind, the main Democrat that's going to be affected behind this is Fetterman.
Yeah. Well, weren't all those Democrats? They're all either on their last term or something, right? I mean, that was kind of fishy about it. Is that none of them had any stakes in it for making this?
They didn't have. They're not up for re-election, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of sacrificial lambs. So that's kind of suspicious. But anyway, so now we got
challenge Will.
Okay.
Okay, Will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1, 2.
Oh, let's start again. I'll do it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay. So we'll do it again.
The tie's a tie.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay, one more time.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so rock beats paper.
No, paper beats rock.
Right.
Paper beats rock. Okay. Yeah. So that's what was it? So what won?
Paper covers rock.
What won the
Trump falling asleep?
Okay,
right,
Trump falling asleep.
Trump.
That's because of lack of oxygen to the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
lack
here
of brain
we go.
for the oxygen.
Oxygen 1, Trump nothing.
So it's been raining here for about 3 days, and it's going to rain or snow for 3 or 4 more. So
yep,
my connection's crappy.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting rain later tonight.
Well, here we go. Trump having Thanksgiving with Epstein in 2017 after he was already president, as revealed in the Epstein files. Versus layoffs being highest it has been in how many years, Aaron? You mentioned that earlier.
Since 2003.
2003 on the latest jobs report. So Epstein Thanksgiving versus the jobs report.
I'd have to say the jobs report at this point because it's affecting me greatly.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Ditto.
I actually talked to my boss about extending my contract in February, and he's going to write up a business case next week. So let's hope for the best there. I don't want to.
Yeah, because on LinkedIn,
face this market.
Well, on LinkedIn, there's been people complaining because there are people going on LinkedIn raising hell because they aren't being able to be hired. And it's like, well, you need to stop. You need to try harder, this, that, and the other. And at this point, it's like, screw you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thousands of people are being.
And the majority of the people that are saying that, ironically, recruiters.
Yeah.
Because their jobs are secure.
Right.
Not always.
No.
All right. Trump endorsing. Oh, by the way, yes, I agree with you guys. So that's 3-0. So what do you got, Lisa? It's a sweep?
No, it's a sweep.
All right. So here's our last matchup of the first round. We got Trump endorsing Cuomo and his race against Zoran Mamdani, who no one in Fox News can apparently pronounce properly, versus
they don't care.
Proposition 50 passes and counteracts the Republican efforts in Texas.
Prop 50.
I don't see Proposition 50 being a fuck up.
How about
it is
how about the DOJ trying to get it overturned as a fuck up?
Okay.
Yes.
I'll roll with
We'll
that.
go with that.
I mean, my thinking was that it was a miscalculation by the Republicans, a fuck up.
The initial gerrymander, you mean?
Yeah, that they could do this without any blowback. But
Without
okay.
repercussions.
So we got the Proposition 50. What was the qualification that you made?
The DOJ is fighting
It's suing
against
California.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I will say that the gerrymandering has already occurred in Ohio very quietly.
Oh, yes.
I know this because when we went to the
quietly.
polls, about 4 months ago, we received like a Democratic ticket. Okay. And when we went to the polls, we found out we were in a completely different area and we were voting for different people.
Okay, so here we go.
No, 4 months ago. We already lived here. 4 months ago, we received a ticket. We were in Springfield Township. Mm-hmm. Now we are in Springfield / Mount Healthy.
All right, we got 2 minutes here. So what do you say, Will?
I'd have to go with the first one.
Trump endorsing Cuomo?
Yep. Because every single person that Trump has endorsed has lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Okay.
Which for me, that makes that less of a fuck up than the other one.
Well, I'm going to agree with Will on that. So it's 2-0. How about you, Aaron?
DOJ challenging Prop 50.
All right. So 2-1. What do you say?
You and Aaron.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, I can't see Aaron. So
Oh well. In that case, I guess
I turned it off because I keep disconnecting.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, is it? Do we go 1, 2, 3 and then shoot, or do we shoot on 3?
1, 2, 3 and then shoot. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm too fast. Let's do it again.
1, 2, 3. Shoot.
Okay.
Okay. He's paper. I'm right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So.
Okay. So.
Whichever one you voted for. What were the choices again?
I think
Cuomo.
Yeah.
Cuomo versus
Trump endorsing Cuomo.
Cuomo being endorsed by Trump versus the DOJ suing over Prop 50.
So it's Trump endorsing Cuomo.
I think the bigger fuck up is all of the Democrats that refuse to endorse Donnie.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Because they're afraid of being. That's because they're afraid of getting that socialist label.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
Same here.
Okay, so the first matchup of the quarterfinal is.
We're over an hour. We're an hour and 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Trump versus 77 pardons versus Sleepy Trump.
77 pardons.
Didn't we do that? Oh.
Not this one. Not this matchup. Pardons versus
Sleepy Trump. The irony of that's just too delicious.
Okay.
Honey, you go.
I'm going to go with the pardons.
Okay. Yeah. Me too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I just feel like Howdy missed them the day he got sworn in, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. Right. The next is decreased jobs report showing decreased jobs, or Trump endorsing Cuomo.
The jobs report.
Jobs.
Yeah, that's a sweep.
Yeah, that's a sweep. Okay.
All right, here we go. Here's our fuck up of the fortnight.
Okay. Either pardons or jobs.
Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
We got to be in solidarity with our co-hosts who have specific direct needs. So. All right, man. There we go. We went over by a few seconds, but it's all good.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Cheers.
You guys have a great evening.
See you next time.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Stay vigil.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stop recording. Oh, you got to run the outro.
Yeah.